This is my first booktube video and I'm really excited. So if you saw on my TikTok, I have posted a video kind of explaining my plan for this channel. I want to talk all things bookish and all things blindness because I love to read and I'm slowly going blind. So quite a fun situation. Basically, I have appreciation for all different forms of reading, such as ebooks where you can adjust the font and the lighting and the lighting? Yeah, that makes sense. The brightness, that's the right word. And audiobooks. So I'll talk about all different forms of reading and the pros and cons that I find personally with my situation for all of them. And yeah, I also want to contribute to fun trends. So I want to talk about books that I love, books that define me, genres that I love, tropes, and also I have a fun plan which involves this box. I will be doing an advent calendar in October because I think this is meant to be Christmas, but I'm traveling in December, so I won't be lugging this around. So I figured I'll do it for spooky season. It is about the Twisted Tales, so all of the books in that series, and it has a bunch of different things which I'll talk about in that video. I will also discuss things about books that I've read this year. It could be fun to talk about, like the yes, no, maybes of what I've read. I might mention a bit about RP, just to show you. For example, this is a scan of my eye when I did a field exam, and basically everything that is like black and dark grey, I just can't see. So this is a normal eyeball. This is what peripheral the average person sees. I really like the clear part is like my best, which is my central vision, and then as it goes out you can see it doesn't exist, it's just nothing. So that's like the best way to kind of show what it is, and it just slowly gets smaller and smaller. This was done in 2019. I literally did my latest field exam yesterday at Vision Australia. It'll be really good to get the results in paper so I can compare the two. It will probably be quite confronting, but just is what it is, and I'm curious and I want to know. So that's the best way to kind of show you. I guess it's hard, yeah, but that's like, I hope it makes sense. I hope it made sense. So when it does come to reading, it is quite difficult because I really struggle when the words are way too small. For example, in Dark Restraint, this writing is like perfect. It's quite easy, but I still have to be in really good lighting and I still kind of hold it pretty close to my face, but it's all right. So books that have small writing will not be touching them unless it's on my Kindle. And speaking of the size of font on my Kindle, the recommended reading font is 2 sizes above what you would say is like easy. So if you can read comfortably at a size 12, then you would want to read at a size 14. That's just what would make it a bit easier for your eyes and not put so much strain on them. So that's what my Kindle looks like. So quite big font so that I can like read it comfortably and not be on struggle street. Because sometimes, right, if I'm being nosy and I'm sitting on a plane and I can see someone reading a book on their Kindle and their writing is like that big, I'm like, that's smaller than an average book. That's crazy. It's crazy how people can just see. What? And so yeah, when listening to audiobooks, I'm like, I don't even have to use my eyes. This is great. It's way better, and I can potter around and do chores. I hope this is a good introduction video. I could probably tell you I'm 25 years old. I live in Queensland, Australia, and I've travelled quite a bit because my partner is from the UK, so we go every second year to see his family, and we kind of add on a few other places along the way. I, in 2023, moved to Canada and worked there and lived there, and then that's where I met Sam, and then we went and I met his family in the UK, and then we came back here. I've been to quite a few bookish events. One of my really close friends is a author, so it's been great to go to events with her and see both sides, I guess, of what it's like to be a reader, but also as an author. Go read her books. These are her books, go read them. I have 2 cats. They are my children. Like I religiously love them. They are everything. I thought that I might talk about the books that I'm currently reading. So on my Kindle, I'm reading The Exorcism of Fairies by J.L. Vamper. It's my first book by this author. So far, so good. And then in my paperback, I'm reading Dark Restraint by Katie Roberts. And then for my audiobook, I'm listening to All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I think it's book 3 in the Natural series, which I'm loving. For a bit more about what I like to read, you can definitely see the books behind me. I personally prefer fantasy books, love dark fantasy. That's definitely probably my favorite form of fantasy to read. I do love a fun cottagecore cozy fantasy. Romantasy I do read, but it's more like a palette cleanser. Love my thrillers. I do read quite a lot of thrillers. I haven't read a whole lot of contemporary books. I do have some that I adore, but it's definitely not a genre I dabble with a lot. There are some books that I love and I will read, but I am predominantly this. I love getting rid of books. That might sound crazy based on what's behind me. It's not all my bookshelves either. I would describe myself as a book dragon because I love to have like a pristine collection. And if it's a book that I know I will never read, gone. If I haven't read it and it's been on my shelf for maybe over 2 years, gone. I just get too overwhelmed. If I have too many, I don't want to be hoarding them because I feel stressed. Like, I'm not the type of person to stay up until midnight reading my book. No, even if it's good, I will be reading it and then I will fall asleep. So even if it's the type of book to keep me up all night, unfortunately, I will fall asleep reading it. I haven't bought. Oh, my leg is dead. So sorry, I'm gonna have to sit down here. I was trying to like make myself higher up in the video. I can't remember what I was saying. The 3 latest books that I've added to my collection, I feel like this will give you a helpful idea of reading vibes. We have The Lovely and the Lost by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I got this for $5 at Target, bargain. And it's the same author who wrote the Natural series that I'm reading and I love. So I'll probably audiobook this one, maybe. Then we have Eldritch by Kerry Lake, which is the 2nd book in the Eating Woods trilogy. Yeah, it's a trilogy. And I love, it's beautiful. So I cannot wait to read this one. And the words are tiny, but that's right, I'll probably read it on my Kindle. I bought this today. Yes, I have FOMO, okay? It's really heavy. It's absolutely stunning sprayed edges. That is beautiful. I wasn't originally planning on buying this book until yesterday when I was like, may as well, because this just looks like a book I would absolutely love. That's all from me. Ka-chow.